What is going on, guys? Zuggy Fishing here, back to you with another video. Hope you guys are so well, living positively, beautifully, confidently, optimistic, with resiliency, perseverance, just overall loving life and enjoying everything around you. If you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. I am Zuggy Fishing. We do everything positive around here. Positive vibes all around, going on awesome adventures, filming some awesome videos for y'all to enjoy. So make sure you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We do everything fishing on this YouTube channel, fishing, outdoors, adventure. That's what we're here for. Guys, I'm being positive, and so should you. Let's roll the intro. That new intro, it took me a long time, and I'm really proud of that. Get in today's video. If you guys like fishing, outdoors, positivity, hit that red subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and a comment. The new Zuggy Fishing merch is now live for the holidays. It's the first drop of the Be Positive Just Fish collection. It's in the top of the description. A very, very special package, which I have right here, arrived at my doorstep today. Bit of a surprise to me. Mystery Tackle Box said that, all right, I kind of spoiled it right there. Mystery Tackle Box said that they were going to send me another package. And yes, they did come through with that. Right here, ladies and gents, we have the Mystery Tackle Box Motherlode Box 83. I actually gave away a Mystery Tackle Box Motherlode on my TikTok page not too long ago. The winner was announced, and we did end up giving that away. If you guys don't know what Mystery Tackle Box is, Mystery Tackle Box is a subscription-based tackle box service where you get baits sent to your door every single month for a super low price. Box of baits. You can get the regular box, the pro box, the elite box. You get tons and tons of baits in this box for a super low price. All of the baits in the box are way more expensive than if you bought the box separately. Buying the Mystery Tackle Box is way cheaper than actually buying all the baits separately. You can click the link in my description, use promo code ZUGGY, and you'll get your first box for just $9.99. Link in my description, go check out Mystery Tackle Box. It's literally like Christmas every month. Let me know what you guys think. Mystery Tackle Box Motherlode right here, box 83. I did an unboxing on my channel on the Mystery Tackle Box Motherlode not too long ago, and that was box number 1. I have also gotten box number 2, which I gave away. However, this is box number 83. Honestly, I don't know if they make like 1 to 100, for example, or they just have like random ones, but I'm not really sure, to be honest. All I've seen in my Dick's Sporting Goods around me is box 1, 2, and 83. Not really sure what's going down, but maybe we'll have to buy all 80 of them. Sit back, relax. We are going to take a look at what's inside box 83 of the Mystery Tackle Box Motherlode. This is a $60 box. However, it has $80 worth of baits in it. I said before, if you buy Mystery Tackle Box, it's way cheaper than buying all the baits separately. I'll unbox this thing and see what we got today. Not only that, but there's a ticket inside the MTB Motherlode that you could actually win a bass boat, you can win Guggen rods, Guggen baits, tons and tons of other stuff. Oh, we're gonna unbox this thing. I already took off the tape and everything like that. So I opened the box as well. I did not look inside. But we got, oh, okay. Box is looking pretty juicy. I see some of my favorite baits in there. You guys know what that is. We have 12 to 15 baits, as you could see over there, in our MTB Motherlode. Why don't you guys sit back, relax, and see what we got in the box. First bait in our MTB Motherlode that I see are one of my favorite stick baits I've ever owned. The Guggen Baits Lunker Logs. 6-inch Guggen Bait Lunker Logs. So the bigger presentation. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I've never, ever bought 6-inch Lunker Logs. Bodies of water that I'm fishing, the fish that I'm catching, most likely will not eat a 6-inch. But I would 100% am going to use this. This is probably a sign that I should be using the 6-inch for some bigger bass. I usually buy the 5-inch Guggen Bait Lunker Logs. However, this is the 6-inch. I absolutely love Lunker Logs. I don't know why. The slaunch sauce, the scent, the texture, the way the bait is designed. I don't know, every time I throw the Lunker Log, I catch some big fish. I throw on a Yum Dinger, I catch dinks here and there. I went to a pond that you guys have seen a lot in my videos. I always use Yum Dingers in that pond and Gary Yamamoto's. However, when the Lunker Logs came out, caught a 5-pounder first cast. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. It's just the power of the Lunker Logs. Lunker Log is a stick bait, basically a Senko style bait. it comes in 5 and 6 inch, but right here in our Motherlode, we have the lunker log 6 inches. I'm using the Guggenbait lunker log all year round and stick baits in general. The two ways I fish them are wacky rig and Texas rig. Texas rig is basically if you have any weeds, you want the bait to be weedless, that's when you Texas rig. I've done videos in the past about how to Texas rig, but if you guys want to see more stuff like that, leave a comment down below. Either Texas rig if I'm ever, I know there's a lot of snags on the bottom. If I'm ever flipping brush with a lunker log, if I'm ever fishing, thick vegetation, we want this bait to be weedless, not let any of that glunk get on the hook or allow this bait to be snagged. That's when you want a Texas rig. Wacky rigging, however, is when you put a circle hook through the middle of the worm and you kind of have a realistic worm motion. So when you're Texas rigging and you cast it out, this worm, it flutters down flat. Now, if you're wacky rigging, the worm kind of flutters down more horizontally and kind of bounces. So I'm going to show you right now with the Guggenbait's lunker log. Open up the pack of lunker logs. The scent on these baits are awesome. You got that signature slouch sauce in there. So this is the lunker log. So basically, if you Texas rig this thing floats down, this thing floats down flat, just like this. Now, if you're wacky rigging it, you put the hook right through the middle of the worm, try to get the best perception, and this bait floats down like this. So a really wacky motion, that's why it's called the wacky rig. Beautiful wacky motion, it just flutters down, then you pop your rod tip, this thing flutters up, and flutters back down. The Guggenbait lunker log, trust me, it catches fish left and right, no matter what body of water you're fishing. If you want to catch some bass, use a lunker log. Guggenbaits, and I love the 6-inch lunker log, and I can't wait to use these things out in the water. Next bait we have in our mystery tackle box, Motherlode. Something called the ZMan CrossEye Power Finesse Jig. This is the ZMan CrossEye Power Finesse Jig right here, ladies and gents. I love ZMan jigs. It's one of my favorite jig companies. That, Guggenbaits, Sasquatch Jigs is pretty cool. The ZMan CrossEye jig is a phenomenal low-profile finesse jig. Bouncing this jig along structure off the bottom, it is a power finesse jig in the PB&J color. Okay, peanut butter and jelly is one of my favorite colors of fishing of all time. Now, I'm going to take this thing out of the package. I kind of ruined the packaging. Take this jig out of the package. This is the peanut butter and jelly color. We have the weed guard. It's a low-profile jig. You want to be flipping this jig around structure. Little jigs equals small and big bass. I've caught big and small bass on little jigs all the time. Pigs catch pigs, ladies and gents. So, the ZMan CrossEye Power Finesse Jig. A 1/4 ounce jig, so super light and with sharp mustad hooks, which is what I love about this jig. Flipping this thing around structure when it gets a little warm out and doing some challenges. Next bait we have in our mystery tackle box, Motherlode, something called the Big Bite Baits Pro Swimmer. I've actually gone over these style of baits a lot in my videos. When I kayak fish that reservoir that you guys have seen a lot, I do use these baits. This is similar to a Guggenbait's Saucy Swimmer, a Kitech, all the same idea. 3.8-inch presentation, so pretty low profile presentation. Now there's two main ways that I like to fish these baits. One is Texas rig. Get a 3 to 4/0 Texas rig hook depending on the size of your swimmer. Either jig it kind of like a fluke or slow roll it, and you'll have that paddle tail swim bait action going nuts in the water. Vibrations, flash, and scent of this bait are what drives these fish in. Versatile, used for many techniques. This is what this bait looks like right here. And the second way I recommend fishing this bait is a trailer. Fish it on a jig, a chatterbait, a spinnerbait, finesse jig, a swim jig, anything like that. Now, what's unique is this paddle tail. Whenever you bounce the bait along the bottom on a spinnerbait, chatterbait, even a Texas rig, this tail goes wild. Looks like an injured bait fish in the water. Comes back and forth just like that. That's why those bass are so attracted to these as a trailer. Big Bite Baits 3.8 Pro Swimmer right here. There's tons and tons of other great brands. And a perfect color. This is a very versatile color. Main, 2 to 3 colors I use are either this clear white color, pumpkin color, or just straight white. Big Bite Baits Pro Swimmer, 3.8 inches, a phenomenal trailer and Texas rig bait. Next bait we have in our mystery tackle box is actually a lure I have never seen before. The Dobbins Football Jig. Dobbins Football Jig is a 1/4 ounce jig, so very similar to the ZMan CrossEye Power Finesse Jig, same type of idea. It's a hand-tied skirt with a bigger presentation than the CrossEye Finesse Jig, however, the same ideals overall. The good thing with this jig is what you could do, you could take the Big Bite Baits Swimmer, cut it down significantly, where you basically just have that tail working. You could pair it up here and it's a perfect combo. Magic craw color right here. Phenomenal Dobbins jig right here. Next bait we have in our mystery tackle box, Motherlode. Something I like to call the Mondo Worm. Guggenbait's Mondo Worm is a 10-inch presentation. I always like to call these types of baits ribbon tail worms. I don't know why, but that's not the proper name for them. Or curly tail worms, I like to call it that as well. But you do have a curly tail right here. It's a big worm body with a curly tail at the end. So a big 10-inch presentation. I actually caught my personal best bass on the style of this bait. 2016, don't quote me on that, but I did catch my personal best bass on a Mondo Worm style bait. In the exact color, actually, this June bug purple color. It's one of my favorite colors, not only because I caught my PB on it, but just in general. Basically, I'm going to take these things out of the package and then tell you how to fish them. The Mondo Worm is one of my favorite baits. I actually have tons and tons of packs of Mondo Worms in the old tackle room. But we're going to take one of these bad boys out. Again, Guggen Baits has great scent. This is the Mondo Worm right here, ladies and gents. So this tail, basically, it unlatches just like that. Boom. Now you have a big 10-inch presentation, huge curly tail worm with a giant worm body as well. Basically, the way I'd recommend fishing this bait is Texas rigging it. Two things you could do after you Texas rig it. You could either slow roll it or, you know, bounce it off the bottom like a normal Jenko. Texas rig this bait, and if you slow retrieve it, basically just cast it out, slow retrieve it, let it sink a little bit, give it a few twitches and pauses here and there, but slow retrieve this bait. And as this bait is moving across the water, this tail goes absolutely wild. Spins around, creates so much erratic motion in the water, which is what I love. And you guys could also Texas rig this thing and let it sink to the bottom. Let this bait hit the bottom, lift your rod tip up, and this bait will go off the water. And again, that tail creates an erratic action. Effective ways of catching bass, especially the big 10-inch worm, catches some big bass. Keenum, who's on TikTok, you guys may know him from my channel. He uses the 10-inch worm a lot, and he catches some Oklahoma brutes. Guggen Baits Mondo Worm right here is absolutely awesome, and I absolutely love it, and I caught my PB on a style bait like this. Just rig it by slow retrieving it, throw it up against banks, throw along weed edges. On structure, a very versatile bait, very similar to the lunker log. Next bait we have in our mystery tackle box Motherlode is a Jenko rattle trap. What's cool about this Jenko crankbait right here is it actually comes with no hooks. To be honest, it's not my favorite when that happens. I kind of like, I can't believe I dropped that. I kind of like them pre-assembled. What's unique about this bait is that you could actually, it actually comes with a treble hook right here, and you could attach it on the bottom. A unique bait, a lot of abrasiveness within the rattles, and an awesome color. You got that silver pattern with that flash. Look at that in the light. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful bait, especially when you attach that treble hook. While fishing rattle traps like this, I do catch a lot of fish on them. Especially, guys, I'm going to leave my boy Griffin Fishing's channel link down in the description. He actually caught 2 6-pounders on a rattle trap. Caught it on a orange rattle trap down in South Georgia. But this is what this rattle trap is, and you could fish this bait a lot of ways. You could fish it shallow if those bass are pushed up, looking for bait fish up shallow. You guys could fish it deep around structure, bounce it off the bottom, bounce it off banks, bounce it off a brush. Awesome stuff. Jenko, little rattle trap, great stuff. Next bait we have in our mystery tackle box Motherlode is the Weston Hypo Twist. Weston Hypo Twist, I've actually seen this thing a lot. This is what this bait looks like, a very interesting design. I'm trying to get some good lighting there, but we're gonna take it out of the package in a second. And this bait is super unique, super proprietary, and this is a style of bait I like. Cool about the Weston Hypo Twist, it's kind of like a whopper plopper type bait. Propeller on the bait that when you cast it out and reel it through the water, it kicks up water. Now, it's not the same thing as a popper that you're thinking of. Think of more of a whopper plopper presentation. So I'm gonna take this bait out of the package before I get into depth of it. But this is an awesome bait, and I have used it in the past. And this bait actually comes with a replacement propeller. The Weston Hypo Twist right here. Now, you have a hard body right here, and then on the back, we have a big old tail / propeller. When you cast this bait out, it's a top water bait. So it sits on the top of the water. Retrieve this bait. This tail kicks up water in the water. It basically spins in a 360-degree motion and kicks up water. The faster you do it, the faster the tail goes, and vice versa. You cast it out. You basically slow retrieve this bait, and this tail goes 360 degrees, just kicks up everything you could possibly imagine, all the water, tons of abrasiveness, tons of action, tons of attractant in the water. Sing along banks, even in deeper water, across near weed lines, across structure and brush. Awesome bait. Whopper plopper produces a lot, and this is a very, very similar bait to the whopper plopper, so definitely going to be a strong suit in my arsenal. I love fishing the whopper plopper. I've caught tons of fish, more fish than you can imagine on the whopper plopper. And the Weston Hypo Twist is another representation of this bait. Something that I love to fish, very unique. It's fun. It's a fun bait. Trust me, guys. When you cast this thing out in the water and you retrieve it and you see that bass blow up on it, set the hook. Oh my gosh, it's an awesome feeling, and it catches some big fish too. Next bait we have in our mystery tackle box, Motherlode box 83. Something I like to call some Harmony hooks. Hooks are awesome, super sharp. They come in a lot of my mystery tackle boxes within the month. Harmony Fishing Company is an awesome lure. We got some EWG worm hooks, aka Texas rig hooks. So guys, what I love about mystery tackle box is how it pairs different baits with each other. Example, I have we got some Mondo worms, we got some Guggen baits lunker logs, and we even have the big bite baits swimmer. Now, these Texas rigs would be perfect for any of these baits. Love about mystery tackle box, pairing different baits together. You could Texas rig any of those baits and it'll produce. The next bait we have in our mystery tackle box Motherlode, something I like to call the Strike Pro Beakster. She got this bait in my December mystery tackle box. Now the Strike Pro Beakster is an awesome jerk bait. You guys could hear me talk about the Beakster in depth in my mystery tackle box 2020 edition. Pro Beakster is basically a suspending jerk bait. Now if you don't know what a suspending jerk bait is, basically this jerk bait will sit on the top of the water, and when you twitch your rod tip, it'll twitch and, you know, be a jerk bait kind of, and then it'll float right back to the top. You twitch it again, it twitches, floats right back to the top. That's a suspending jerk bait. You cast this bait out, twitch your rod tip, and this bait will dart every which way. And what I love about jerk bait fishing, and a big tip that I give, is to never be robotic. Twitch your rod tip, this bait will go twice and then come back up. But you never want to twitch it twice and then repeat that pattern. You want to have different variations. You want to twitch it 3 times, then pause, maybe do 2 times, pause even longer, then maybe 1 time, no pause at all, and then just have different variations when you're fishing the jerkbait. It gives off a phenomenal flash in the water. Again, it suspends, so it rises right back to the top. A phenomenal suspending jerkbait. Next bait we have in our MTB Motherlode box 83, something I like to call the Karl's Amazing Baits Worms. Bait and tackle is basically your hub for all your fishing gear. Rods, reels, line, baits, and they actually make their own line of baits. These worms are very, very similar to the Guggen Baits Mondo Worms. We're gonna take one out of the package and take a look. Basically, it's a ribbon tail / curly tail worm. I like to call it a ribbon tail worm. I don't know why. So this is probably the size, this is actually the exact size I caught my PB bass on. This is a shorter presentation, obviously, than the Guggen Baits Mondo Worm. This is a 7-inch presentation, big old curly tail right here, and a worm body. This is actually the exact style bait that I caught my personal best on. 1-inch presentation right here, not the 10-inch. However, this is the green pumpkin with red and black flake in it. Phenomenal, phenomenal color. This is probably one of my favorite colors in fishing in general. And guys, Texas rig this thing. Either slow roll it or bounce it off the bottom like a normal Senko. Amazing Baits is awesome. I absolutely love this worm. Definitely gonna be using it. Next bait we have in our mystery tackle box Motherlode, something called the Headbanger Lure. The Headbanger Lure, and I've actually never seen or used this lure before. It looks very, very interesting. So definitely like a chatterbait / swim bait presentation. Right here, we have a big, it's called the Headbanger Lure because you have this jointed head right here that actually dangles down like this. And basically when you reel this bait through the water, you want to slow retrieve it. Slow retrieve this bait, basically cast it out, just slow retrieve. And this head kind of bangs on the side of the bait. That's why it's called the Headbanger Lure. So it goes back and forth, creating an abrasive vibration in the water. On the other end, we have a soft tail swim bait. You're gonna be looking forward to using the Headbanger Lure out on the water with this awesome combination of the tail and the head. Well, that is it for our mystery tackle box Motherlode. We have tons of baits. We have 14 baits in this box. Anywhere between 12 and 15 baits. We got 14 baits. Not only that, I forgot to mention, we have the little Dibble tips and tricks guide right here. Basically just an awesome little pamphlet, little games and tips actually for you out on the water. For example, in this one we have how to tie a Palomar knot and spinning versus bait casting, why, when, and where, which I think is very interesting. Some stuff in the Dibbles tips and tricks. And then I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video how we have a list of what is in our box. In this mystery tackle box Motherlode box, we have the Headbanger Shad, the Weston Hypo Twist, the Strike Pro Beakster, the Jenko Fishing Trapline Rip Knocker, the Guggen Baits Mondo Worm, the Big Bite Baits Pro Swimmer, the Guggen Baits Lunker Log, the ZMan CrossEye Power Finesse Jig, the Dobbins Football Jig, those Amazing Baits Hustler Worm, Harmony Fishing Company Razor Series EWG Worm Hooks. Phenomenal mystery tackle box Motherlode box 83. If you're hyped to use these lures out on the water, we're gonna put everything back. It was a great video and I hope you guys relaxed, just got your mind off things and enjoyed a little unboxing. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am Zuggy Fishing. We do everything positive around here, positive vibes all over the place. fishing, adventure, all that good stuff. So make sure you guys hit that red subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and a comment. If you guys are new, pick up the Zuggy fishing merch. The link is in the top of the description. Full holiday sale going on right now. Don't forget to be followed to the Instagram at Zuggy Fishing. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support, honestly. Make sure you guys stay positive out there. Be resilient, confident, optimistic. You are an awesome person. You are worth it. You got this, y'all. I love you so much. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching. Appreciate the support on everything, and I hope you guys enjoyed Mystery Tackle Box. You guys go click the link in my description. Use promo code ZUGGY, and you'll get your first Mystery Tackle Box for just $9.99. And you could also pick up the MTB Motherlodes in Dick's Sporting Goods. If y'all enjoyed, be positive, just fish.